useless, completely and utterly useless. But Mane is Liverpool's best attacking player. Jordan Jeremiah Brickford.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
Wow. Let's not use the ending of that game to tell us how the entire game went, because it was a dramatic end, dramatic finish. Jordan Jeremiah Brickford. Just for this game, Jordan Jeremiah Brickford. He messed up. As in, he messed up. He messed up, and he knows he messed up. And it's one of those things that it happens. He's still an amazing keeper. I still put him at tier 3. But that was his brick moments. It doesn't mean he's a brick, but that was just his brick moments where he just made a bad call. He made a bad call. But we'll get to that afterwards. The game as a whole. You see, this is the situation here. Marco Silva, the Everton manager, for me, I put him as that dude of the game. He did everything that he could. He figured out Liverpool, got space against them, and I think that he won the tactical battle. Liverpool had amazing chances. We'll get to that afterwards. But I just thought, Everton had, I think, the tactical edge in it. I just think Gomez, Richarlison, and Lookman. I'm so glad that he's chosen Nigeria. And Ademola Lookman, when he came on, just completely changed things. So let me just put this away. I don't want that reflection in there. So, Everton had openings, but Everton. If Everton had an Icardi or they had an Aubameyang, they'd win the game. They'd win the game. Because in those particular positions that Bernard was in, they would have been able to make the right decision, and their quality and their finishing ability would have put the ball in the back of the net. Bernard isn't Aubameyang, he isn't Icardi, and he never will be. So with the amount of, even when Everton were having these opportunities, I never really thought that they would score. For me, it was this is either going to be 0-0 or it's going to be a late winner. Because as the game wore on, I said it's going to be 0-0 or it's going to be a late winner. So I just think for Silva, there's nothing else that he could do. I think Richarlison is a really good signing. I mean, I like the guy's hustle, his all-round play, and I just think that he's a great frontman, and I think he really represents why people really opt for this one striker system. So I just thought that, for Richarlison, he was really, really good in the game. But I think for Everton, I mean, they'd have to feel pissed off and disappointed, because I think they would have felt that they deserved a point in that game. Actually, I'm just going to say, wait, where are they actually in the league currently right now? Because that's a very good point I want to bring up. Because for me, this has to be one of the closest Fort Mersey derbies I've actually ever seen, where for large parts of the game, Everton controlled the game. For large part of the game. So, Everton are... Oh my God, I didn't have it. No, I just said, hey, United are 8 points from top 4. My God in heaven, these guys are crap. So Everton are 6th. Level on points with United, but they're 6th. Which is cool. Which is absolutely great. So Leicester are 8th. That's amazing. So Liverpool. So for Everton, I just thought they played very well, really good, and I think they went at Liverpool, and I think they really control parts of the game. They have no finishers. They have no cutting edge players. Walcott isn't a cutting edge player. So Liverpool, what's happening here? They started well, drifted away, and they allowed Everton into the game and were really playing on the edge. So what is this Liverpool issue? I think we have to look at Firmino. Firmino needs to be dropped. It's not working out for him. He's just not clicking. He's not clicking. It's not really, he's not just, he lacks that touch. There's a sixth sense touch that he had last season that he just doesn't have. And I think, as I always said, he's a very important component for this front three. So I just think for Klopp, he needs to just take a step back and say, you know what, let me use storage. Let me employ storage, and let me just start with storage. Let me just start with something different. I like that Shaqiri started. That's something new, and I thought Shaqiri played really, really well. Firmino did not play well, and I thought that he shouldn't have even started to begin with, but I think he should have been brought off at half-time. Because again, for Firmino, I just think that there needs to be a rethink, a reshape, and maybe he just needs some time out away from the team, focus much more on training, and just come in with it. Because again, this happens. It's, people go into slumps, and then they come back up, go into slumps, and then come back up. You can either play yourself out of a slump, or sometimes what is actually beneficial is you having a rest on the sidelines, and then you're now coming back fully refreshed. So that's what's happened. And I think, as I've always said for Liverpool, Mane is Liverpool's best attacking player. And he's the guy that really has the most ability on the ball and can really do things out of the ordinary when he's on the ball. Salah is the finisher. And I think for Salah in this game, his link play was alright. There was a very nice ball that he played for Mane, where Mane was sort of one-on-one, and he really shot, was sort of one-on-one, and he plays it over with his left foot. But I think with Salah, I'm not going to go with the whole 15, 16 max thing and everything. But he is, maybe he's lost a step. So I don't know whether it's a case of, is it that Salah has lost a step? He's not really getting in good positions. He's not doing well enough when he has those opportunities, when he's on the ball, on his left foot? Or is it a case of where, because Firmino isn't really playing up to his standard, he's losing out because Salah was dependent on Firmino? I don't think Salah was that dependent on Firmino. I think he definitely benefited from him, but I think a lot of Salah's goals last season were a variation of help from Firmino, help from Mane, and stuff that he did himself individually. So I think he was just fully independent of that. So I just think for Salah, I just think that he just needs to really just get back in that frame of mind where he's really putting himself in right pockets to really execute. That's what I really think that should happen. But he didn't have a particularly bad game, but I thought that this was a game, especially how Everton were playing, which was not too defensive, and they were actually pushing men up and were really, really willing to attack. I thought there was enough space for Salah to be able to do a lot better and have a better imprint on the game. Not necessarily scoring a goal, but to do more and be far more dangerous attacking ones. Because again, Liverpool's most dangerous attacking player was Mane. So I just think that for Liverpool, see, the danger I see here is Everton had a lot of opportunities in this game. And I think that Napoli are going to be watching the tape for what is going to be a crazy showdown. And I think Napoli will view that and say, let's go at this, guys. Let's not, I mean, like, at Anfield, let's go at this, guys. Like, for Everton, could have won this game. Liverpool could have won as well. Mane had two great one-on-ones. Shaqiri had that one-on-one as well. They should have put those away. But that's football. They didn't put them away. And Everton could have very easily put their chances away. But Napoli will view that and say, my God, if we really attack these guys, really push men forward, be very smart and intelligent on the ball in the last final third, we can get openings. And I'll put a lot more money on Insigne being far more efficient than Bernard. I would put more in Insigne being far more efficient than Bernard. Same goes with Dries Mertens, because again, Dries Mertens, Insigne, these guys ain't Walcott and Bernard. They're a bit better. So I just think I think for Klopp, he needs to, similar to what I was saying to Sarri, change things up. Change things up. You cannot have the exact same approach that you had from last season. Try and change things up. The defense is fine. Nothing needs to happen with the defense. The midfield is an issue. I think Shaqiri has to always start. And I think that he needs to really try and find the right balance of Wijnaldum, Henderson, Milner, and Keita, and even Fabinho as well. I thought the midfield in this was fine. There was enough there for Liverpool to win, but again, they were not able to put away their chances. But I think in much tougher games moving forward, I think that midfield definitely needs work. I think a new midfielder is perhaps needed. again, because again, I think for Liverpool, they don't really need a controlling midfielder, but I definitely think that they need another attack-minded midfielder who can break from midfield just as Shaqiri can. And then you obviously have your holding man, which of course is your Fabinho or your Milner or your so forth. So who just lets make that 2-3 yard pass. But yeah, but look, at the end of the day, let's look at that incident. So Origi comes in, and I think, again, Origi is another option. Origi is another option. And I think about Origi, I don't think he characteristically fits this club system. He's a goal scorer. He's a goal scorer. Same thing with the whole Batshuayi thing. And I think they're both Belgian. If you're a goal scorer, you're a goal scorer, and you should always be looked into. Because Firmino, he's not getting those G's. He's not really being effective for the team. So again, why is he really playing all the time ahead of Origi and Sturridge? But so ball comes in. I think it was Van Dijk that then hits the ball. And looks like if the ball is going over. And I think for Pickford, tip it over. And I think it's just one of those things about it was he think he just misjudged it, because when I was watching it again, I was like, just tip the ball over and you're good. But he didn't tip the ball over. He sort of tipped it into the direction of Origi, and Origi, again, right place, right time. Would Firmino be in that right place, right time? Would Sturridge be in that right place, right time? So I just think Origi is definitely a guy, an option that Liverpool should really look towards, because again, different strikers move differently and interpret this spacing in a different kind of way. And maybe the appearance of an Origi or a Sturridge would actually help Mane and Salah. Which is why I think, again, I don't know whether they do this in training. I think what would be smart in training is if you had an attack v defense and just say, all right, Sturridge, Salah, Mane. We go through 4-5 attacking setups. Okay, switch Sturridge with Origi setups, and just keep doing that in training. So Salah and Mane are used to the movements of Sturridge, used to the movements of Origi. So they know how to adjust and tweak their game in order to try and really play off of both of them. Because again, what I think is happening is Firmino obviously is not really playing well. The movements that normally came off are not really happening well, and I think defenders have now figured him out. So right now he's now coming very, very deep and not being very effective coming from deep. So him coming deep is pretty much rendering itself useless. And even when he's now up there, I don't think he's connecting well enough, consistently enough with Mane and Salah. Because last season, every single time they attacked, they were just finding space all the time, and he was just very smart with that. It's just not happening, and you can't keep forcing it for it to happen. So it'd be crazy for Klopp if he's like he keeps on starting for Firmino. You've got to try something new, and I think before you try something new, when you're in training, you have to have these setups with a different frontman to combine with Mane and Salah, man. But sorry, just is Van Dijk a strike? I just wanted to know. So that dude, I'm going to give it to Marco Silva. I just thought that his tactical game plan was amazing. And despite his team losing, I just thought how he was able to set up Everton, how he was able to court him to almost dominate at Anfield was amazing. Brick of the game goes to Bernard. Useless, completely and utterly useless. Crap. I mean, guy just brainless, totally brainless. So yeah, man, it is how it is. But Liverpool, again, it wasn't plain sailing. All that matters is the result. I still think that this is a fight that's in vain. It is written that Man City will win the league. But Liverpool are saying, hey man, we're still in here. We're still putting up the pressure. We're still winning. And until it is mathematically said, Liverpool are saying we are still in this fight. And maybe everyone else is going to quit. We are still going to fight all the way to the end to try and snatch Pep's chain. And I admire, it's a fight in vain. It's already written, City have already won. But I still admire the faith that Liverpool are having to really fight this juggernaut known as Man City. So well done for that. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hut patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hut patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhut.com or just click over here.